welcome back to Build with the Boys. We now have issue 113 of Hachette's Build the Titanic. And we are getting ever so close to the end now. In this one, we have 3 pieces of trim. That's what they are. For the starboard bulwark. That's where these are going. Bulwarks for the stern. This is fairly simple. This is screwing 3 pieces of trim into the hull. But it is what it is. I mean, it's going to have an impact. It's going to make our ship look different by the end of this. It's got to be done. So it's a basic one. As with most hull work, it's a basic one. However, in the next one, we're going to be putting the engine room in, and that looks a little bit more in depth. We will have all 4 coming up very, very in rapid succession. At the end of this one, we'll be talking about Wrexham. Not the Hollywood-owned football team, but what Wrexham's link is to the Titanic. It's an interesting one. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's get this one open. Let's get this one built. So let's take a look, see what comes inside. Let's have all this out. There. There. I guess that should have been wrapped. Yeah, it's empty wrapping. Okay, so we have this piece here. This feels, it is metal. Get this one open. We have this piece here. And one more. We have 2 different sets of screws that go with this as well. So I'd imagine the rear ones are put in the different screws. And that one here. And it's literally going to go on the back here. Quite simple. We're going to use 3 in 1 because we're going metal into metal just to ease the transition. But let's get that prepped. Let's get that done. Okay, so that's the first one. That's where it's going to go. I'm going to put in 3 screws to hold this in place. Let's get 1 in. So 3 in 1 makes all the difference when it comes to doing this. There we go. That's 1. I'm going to get the other 2 put in and we'll take a look. So that's that one all screwed in. What we're going to do next is we're going to take the opposing side and that is going to slot in like so. And we're going to do the same again. We're going to screw that one in. So that one's in all together. This piece goes on last. We do this one, then that piece. So we're going to screw that in. We'll take a look. So that's both of those screwed in. We're now going to take the piece here. This is going to sit in there like so, and it sits over those. Lovely. And we're going to put 2 of the IM screws, 1 in there, 1 in there. So we'll get that done. That one's screwed in, and this is what we're now looking like. So we have this very lovely white trim around our ship. Lovely stuff. Nice and simple. It's hull work. Always is. Always is. Makes an impact, but is ultimately very simple to do. Let's have a chat. It's 113 done. I mean, it's nice and simple, but it's made an impact. So we've now got the white at the front and the back. So we're getting there. Now, we're not done with the hull. That's the reality of this. So even when we do the next one, where we put in the engine room, we're still not done with the hull. They claim the hull's complete in, I believe it's 120, because we're going to put 3 support beams across here. I still don't think we're done at that point for the simple reason that until the rudder goes on, can you really say the hull's complete? I don't think you can. And also we've got the side panel as well. So it's as complete as it can be. I think by 120, when we put those support beams in, I think it's as complete as it's going to get at that point. And I think we're going to be ready for decks. I do. We're getting to that place where we've built everything. There's a lot of engine room being done in next month. So we'll be completing the engine room in next month. So this one, in the next issue, it's going in. But there is bulkheads, there is a deck head that goes on the top of it. Be careful how you say that. So there's a lot more to do to this section of the ship. That is all for build instructions. If you are just stopping by for build instructions, thank you for stopping by and spending your time with us. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. You can contact us at buildingtheboys@outlook.com. Though, sticking around for our Titanic talk, we're talking about Wrexham. Why are we talking about Wrexham? Well, there's a strange belief based on the film Titanic that there's a scene in it where Jack and Rose are having a blast down in third class, and they appear to be drinking Guinness. Well, they're not drinking Guinness because Guinness wasn't on the Titanic. There was no Guinness served on the Titanic. So what is the dark liquid they're drinking? Well, the dark liquid they're drinking is a lager, a dark lager, known as a Munich lager. So if you go if you go looking for what was served on the Titanic, you'll find Munich lager referred to. That wasn't a brand, it was a description. And it was done to give it a certain joie de vivre, a certain, Munich lager. But the reality of it is, it was Wrexham lager. Now, what makes it even more unique is they were claiming that Wrexham was from England. If you think I'm joking, here's the poster. You can see Wrexham, England. Wrexham's not in England, it's in Wales, people, but take a look at the poster. So, the reason why that poster exists is because there was a concern that Americans wouldn't know where Wales was. So they wouldn't know what it was. There was also a concern, quite insultingly to American intelligence, I think, that if they said from Wales, and it's a ship, the ocean, they might think, is this a lager made from Wales? But, I think had you asked the average American, they'd know that's not what that meant. But that's what it was. They were drinking Wrexham lager. Wrexham were the lager of choice for both Cunard lines and White Star lines. So it was served on all of the White Star Titan class ships. It was served on all of Cunard ships. And the reason why is they said it travelled well. It wasn't fully carbonated. So I mean, if you're hitting dodgy weather and all of a sudden all your stuff starts shaking up, didn't do that. Maintained its flavour, travelled well. And that's why they served it. So now you know. Now, an interesting footnote of that as well is a pint of Wrexham's finest would cost you 2D back in the day, 2D. On Titanic, a pint of Wrexham was 60. So they were charging triple. So just like amusements and tourists and attractions today, like on an airplane where you go, oh, really? £7.80 for a small Southern Comfort. What a bargain. It's the same thing. So it's been going for years. So it's triple the price. It's triple the price, like anything. You go on a cruise line, no one ever comes back and says about a cruise and go, and the alcohol prices were so reasonable. It's like it never happens. So that's something they're like, well, you're on board. Where are you going to go? What, you going to go somewhere else? No. You want a beer? You're going to buy it here. And it's going to cost you 60. So it was 60 a pint, triple what a pint of Wrexham lager would normally cost you. So I can imagine down in third class, they were none too happy about that it was costing you triple to get drunk of what it used to cost. But that's the way it was. So now you know. So Wrexham lager was on board the Titanic, but it was advertised as a Munich lager. If I've got a copy of the menu, you can see at the bottom, you can also see the prices. If I've got a copy of it, you're about to see it. If I haven't, you can see a picture of Sid James riding a rally chopper in the 1970s. But this should be the menu. So there you have it. Triple the price. Bargain for a pint of Munich lager. It's Wrexham lager. That's what it was. It was the only lager served on board the Titanic as well. Not like now where you've got like a choice of 3 or 4 different. That's it, right? It's this or nothing. That's what you get. So that's the way it works. That is all from me. We'll be back incredibly soon with issue 114, where we are finally putting the engine room into the hull. Now, we built that engine room over a year ago. I've not touched that engine room in over a year. So it might need a bit of a look. I've also got this panic that I've lost a propeller during the house move. If I have, I have. But we'll see, won't we? Tune in for that one. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one very soon for 114 of Hachette's Build the Titanic. Take care, and I'll see you then.